Okay. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Ready. If you don't mind, I guess you'll look kind of in the center here. And we'll have you start with your first and last name, spell them out, and then give us your title.
Okay, I'm Lieutenant Pete Dellinger, P-E-T-E, Dellinger, D-E-H-L-I-N-G-E-R. I'm lieutenant over the traffic division for the Midland Police Department.
If you can start with telling us a little bit about why we're here today and just the details that you want to share to the community.
Yes, we're here today to try to get some information out, maybe get some help from the public. On Wednesday at about 9:30, Midland Police Department received a call of a pedestrian accident at the 3600 block of Thomason. Upon arrival, officers discovered a young female laying on the north side of the road who had apparently been struck by a vehicle. At the time during the investigation, officers talked to some witnesses and discovered that the young lady had got hit by a car and the vehicle had fled the scene. The only descriptions we were able to get were very vague. All we know right now is that it's a pickup truck, possibly a Ford or a Dodge, and a dark colored vehicle, maybe black or a dark gray color. The vehicle went westbound on Thomason towards Midland Drive, and other than that we don't have very much information.
Did you guys speak to any of the neighbors?
We did, and we were able to obtain a surveillance video from one of the neighbors that we had released already, and showing the vehicle just after the incident occurred.
Do you mind telling us about the victim, just any information that you have on
her name is Norema Hernandez. She is, in fact, a mother and a wife, mother of three and a wife, 31 years old. She was, at the time, we learned that she was jogging in the area, and basically she was trying to get back home, and unfortunately she wasn't able to make it.
When it comes to hit and runs, I guess what do you want the public to know about? First of all, can you talk about how awful of a crime a hit and run is? That's now turned into manslaughter, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, but by law, anytime you're involved in a crash, the law requires that you stop and give information of yourself, the driver, and whatever insurance information that you have. When you don't do that, that turns into a crime. It's fail to provide information, which is commonly known as a hit and run accident. And then when you're involved in an accident that causes death, it becomes a second-degree felony. And then once, if we find other circumstances involved with it, other charges can be filed. But for the main part, we need to get his side or her side of the story to see exactly what happened, because we just don't know.
So last week when everything was going on, I covered that story, and while I was there recording, I had a neighbor come up to me, and she was giving very strong statements. So for instance, she was saying that it was not a hit and run, that the MPD was not giving full details, and that the person who hit the lady actually stayed and it was a vehicle, and they were just saying a whole bunch of stuff. Basically, she got pushed out of another vehicle. My question to you would be, how often is misinformation spread, and what can the community do about it?
Well, it happens pretty frequently. When people don't know exactly what happens, they kind of fill in the blanks on their own. We did get information of different types, and for every bit of information we get, we have to confirm it. And with the information that we had gotten and the evidence that we had and other consistent witness statements, we determined she was hit by the car. She was not thrown out of the vehicle.
Pedestrian deaths or pedestrian fatalities are not something that's new to Midland. It's happened to kids walking home from school. It's happened to the elderly. What would you say is important for pedestrian safety within the city of Midland?
For one, watch your surroundings. and cross at the intersections, cross in crosswalks. Number one, that's what state law requires. If you cross at crosswalks, drivers are a little bit more attentive to what they're coming up to when they approach an intersection. And don't believe that just because legally you have right-of-way that you should just step out in front of a vehicle or step out into the roadway, because you have to always assume that the driver does not see you. And if you keep that mindset, you'll make sure you're safe.
I have a question. What are police doing to find this truck? What are you guys doing?
What are we doing?
Yes.
Well, we're reaching out to the public for anybody who can give us information on this vehicle. In fact, if anybody knows any information, you can call the police department or Crime Stoppers, and with that tip, we can follow up on whatever leads that may pop up on this.
What's the phone number?
Well, the phone number you could call for the police department, 685-7122, and the Crime Stoppers phone number is 694-TIPS.
Is there a cash reward?
If the tip is made through Crime Stoppers, it can be up to a $1,000 reward.
If you can talk on behalf of this family that's now missing a mother, a wife, I'm sure many more things that this woman was to people, talking on just how now she's not here anymore and the person responsible is out there. If you can say something either to the family or to this perpetrator, whatever you'd like to share, just on behalf.
Our condolences go out to the family. It's hard to lose a family member such as this, especially being a mother and a wife. And you know, the family deserves closure with this. They deserve to know what happened with their loved ones, and that's what we're striving for, is to get that information. You know, in my opinion, it's rather cowardly to make a mistake such as this and just drive away. It may very well have been an accident, and accidents happen and everybody understands that. But when you refuse to take responsibility for that, it changes the dynamics of the situation, and it makes it frustrating for everybody.
Was the female victim, was she walking in a crosswalk, or was it at an intersection?
Unfortunately, it was in the middle of the block.
What type of area is Thomason Drive? What kind of residential area is that? Do you normally get hit and runs? Is it any stop signs? Explain that.
Thomason Road itself is, you consider that almost like an arterial street. It is traveled pretty regularly. We do get accidents on that road. It's not real common for us to have pedestrian accidents right in that area. But it is a heavily traveled roadway, and even at 9:30 at night, there can be quite a bit of traffic.
What about speeding in the area? Is it common?
Speeding's common everywhere in the city, to be honest with you. As far as a main concern on our radar as the agency, it's not one of our streets that we have a whole lot of concern with. Unlike like Midland Drive or Midkiff or Wall Street.
If there's anything you could say to the person that did this, do you have any words for them?
Well, I can say I understand. I mean, if it's an accident, we understand that. We just need to get that person's information and statement so we know what happened. If it was an accident, it was an accident. Possibly we can move forward. It might be a little late at this point to avoid any other charges, but if we look into this and find out there's more, there's not a whole lot he can do or her to help themselves in this matter. It takes a lot, and you know, it's highly unlikely, but it is possible that driver may not have known he hit something. But I find that very hard to believe. But if that is possible, that can be taken into account as well.
Lieutenant, can you remind us, was it nightfall? Had it just been raining? Some of the conditions of the roadway?
Yes, it was right about dusk, and that evening it had rained a little bit, which could be a factor in the cause of the accident. Again, we don't know unless we have that driver's perception of what they saw, what they were doing, and all other factors involved with it. It's real hard to investigate one side of a situation like such as that.
When it comes to drivers fleeing, is it difficult? I mean, what are the statistics on finding that person when you have limited information?
We actually have a relatively good clearance rate on hit and run accidents. Usually, with technology nowadays, we have cameras at intersections that help us out. Usually when vehicles are involved with the accident, they leave debris in the roadway, which helps us out quite a bit. And usually, you have witness statements and accounts. But in this particular case, everything happened so fast, the witnesses weren't able to get good descriptions, and there is next to no evidence left on the scene, which is what makes it extremely difficult. So that's why we rely on tips from other people out there to help us with this investigation, because the evidence that was left to us on the scene is extremely limited.
The crime is being investigated as what?
Failed to stop and leave information in an accident resulting in death, which is a second-degree felony.
Has the family reached out to y'all in any way?
We have communications with the family, yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you would like to add that we may have missed?
If there's anybody out there who knows or may think they know, what happened or who may be involved with it, please come forward and help us out, because the family in this matter, they deserve closure with this accident.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. You did really good considering
I did?
there's a million cameras and no ifs, ands, ons.
Well, it's almost like getting